I'm joined now by Mike Florio to talk about the news that everyone's been talking about basically all week. We saw Tua Tagovailoa sustain another concussion against the Bills on Thursday night. What would be the latest on his status?
Well, there's a standard 5-step process that's used anytime a player has a concussion before he can be cleared to return to play. And there's no indication that anyone's going to try to rush it here. Let's do the right thing for everyone involved, and particularly for Tua Tagovailoa. Once he is cleared to play, if he's cleared to play, then he'll have a decision to make about whether he wants to play. But that is all to be determined with no urgency other than making sure he's okay. The Dolphins, meanwhile, have two quarterbacks, Skylar Thompson and Tim Boyle. I'm told C.J. Beathard is on their short list. He knows the offense, and he's worked with Coach Mike McDaniel in the past. There's been some talk about Ryan Tannehill. I'm told Tannehill is going to be very selective. He wants to go somewhere where he'll be the starter, not just for a week or two, but for the rest of the year.
It's interesting because it's a decision that he's had to make before, back in 2022, after sustaining that concussion in Cincy. He sat out for 2 weeks. I went to Miami and talked to him before he came back in week 7, and he made it very clear he had sought second opinions. He was taking it very seriously, but he also wanted everyone to know that he loves football so much for what it can do for others, for the change that it can make. And we've actually seen some of that change from Bills fans after the concussion.
Yeah, I mean, Bills fans stepping up again, making tons of donations to his foundation. As of Saturday afternoon, it was over $50,000, and more people showing their appreciation for and concern for Tua Tagovailoa.
All right, the Tua Foundation dedicated to support the youth initiatives of health and wellness and other charitable causes. So obviously we're wishing Tua the best. Let's go back to the Cleveland Browns. News this week of Deshaun Watson facing yet another lawsuit for sexual assault and battery. What does this mean for the Browns QB moving forward?
Well, the incident allegedly happened in October of 2020. The league has said it will review the situation. He won't be placed on paid leave, but they will investigate. The accuser's lawyer also said this week that she will cooperate with the investigation. That's important because otherwise the NFL can't find anything out without that cooperation. On top of that, Watson could be facing the loss of $92 million in fully guaranteed money if he's suspended and if it turns out that he hadn't disclosed that claim in writing to the Browns when he signed his contract.
Okay, well, with the Browns, they do have the Giants next week, and we will obviously keep an eye on this storyline.
You know, they were back in Detroit for the first time since they were there in January for the playoffs, and it was extremely loud, just as loud as before. It helped them be ready for that game and to get that win. The only bad news is they can't hide anymore. Baker Mayfield told me they love being doubted. They're not going to be doubted after today. They're going to have to find some other motivation, Maria.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.